Happy Self-Care Sunday. How's your Sunday morning and Sunday evening and Sunday afternoon going? I trust that you are having amazing, fantastic, and absolutely wonderful self-care Sunday morning. Hide-kun, thank you so much for coming. Happy Self-Care Sunday. Oh, Lily-san! こんばんは。Happy Self-Care Sunday 来ていただいてありがとうございます。セルフケアサンデーの日がやってきました。全部英語なんですけれども、ありがとうございます。So, how's your Sunday going? How's your Sunday going? Are you having really amazing resting Sunday? Or maybe the weather is getting nicer. It's spring I can feel spring is coming. So are you having maybe you went out with your family? Hi Ezra, happy self-care Sunday. Right? It's a beautiful weather. Enjoy going out with your family or friends. Right? Be at the park. Here you are, my friend. Tessa-Marie, I'll bring her in. Keep pressing it. I know. Instagram is a bit glitchy. I keep accepting your... oh, there she is.
Hi,
you are.
Hi, good morning. How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling amazing.
Good morning, Ezra.
Good morning, Ezra. Love you.
How
your hair. Thank you so much. I use a flat iron to straighten my hair today.
Oh.
Ooh. Special day. Today is a special.
Oh, is it?
Is it?
I didn't.
Yes, of course. It's Self-Care Sunday.
I wasn't aware. Acting up. Oh, Instagram is acting up every day. That's why I go on YouTube and Instagram at the same time, because I just cannot stand the pressure.
I know. Instagram is just 3 years old sometimes.
No, 3? More like 2.
Terrible 2?
I'm having my usual cup of
what are you having?
Tea. Well, golden triangle.
Oh, Don, happy Self-Care Sunday.
Good morning.
How's Dominica? How's over there? Oh, see, Tessa left. It says Tessa unable to join, but that's okay. Instagram is acting up, right? How's over, Don? Right, listen to my text. I know. Hello, driving to Roseau. I'm sure Tessa is here. She will pronounce right. Nice. Are you driving and listening? That's just you know what? You can enjoy listening. That you just listening podcast, right? I am waiting to Tessa to come. Here you are, Angelina. Happy Self-Care Sunday. I know. They kicked Tessa out for some reason. Yes. There you go. Yeah. Oh, nice. Oh, thank you. Listen to my text. Yeah. It's the Instagram is acting up. And then now Tessa froze. I hope she's coming back. I'm sure she will. I'm going to check. This is invite. I'll invite her again. Hopefully she can come again. There's sometimes. All right. So anyway.
I'm back.
You're back. Instagram just I don't know.
Instagram is like a jilted lover today.
Oh, very
much. Guys, send a note to your friends to make sure they are coming to this. It's an amazing day today.
Yes.
So send a little note out there and ask them to join us.
Yes.
I was supposed to remind Kathleen, but I forgot this morning.
Angelina is here. So, she, right? Thank you so much for Angelina. Today's topic, right?
Yeah, it is Angelina's topic today.
Yes, let's get the show going.
Yeah.
So today's topic is thanks to our dear friend Angelina.
Yeah,
and last week, yes, when last time she joined, she suggested topic like nutrition. Yeah,
she's talked about nutrition. I'm trying to send some links out there.
All right.
And I'm looking for Kathleen.
Go ahead. So this is an amazing topic because I do believe you are what you eat. What you ate, before create the body and mind, right? If you eat something that doesn't suit your stomach, I'm sure you feel it later. Or if you eat something like body really thrives, loves, and you feel great, right? So I am just like I have a question. What you guys ate yesterday, lunch or dinner? Just have a little question. How about you, Tessa?
Yesterday, I had chicken with, and then I had carrots and cabbage, raw carrots and cabbage. I just, I had that with chicken. That's it. And then I had
What time?
cheese.
What time?
That was around 10:30. That's when I really have my first meal of the day.
10:30 a.m.
A.M.
Okay.
So I had that. And then I think what did I have after that? I don't know. I can't remember eating much after that. But then I went to my neighbor's celebration of life 2 doors away, and there
Oh.
was cheese. So I had a lot of cheese. I didn't have any. Hi, Nancy. I didn't have any carbs because it just on nuts. I would love to eat them, but they don't my body does not digest them. And what rice and all the grains, even quinoa, will constipate me. So
Quinoa?
yeah,
Really?
yeah,
Quinoa is like one of the
yeah.
healthiest
But
grain.
yeah, maybe it's healthy for. So hi, Marina. Good morning. How are
Oh,
you feeling
Marina's here.
today?
I don't
I
see
think
her.
it's
Where's
Marina. Oh no,
Marina?
it's not Marina. It's somebody else. I'm sorry. Hello,
Nancy,
WA.
Saruanzo, Ryan here
Yeah.
too, right? Yes.
So yeah. So
And
rice is
Dawn.
not a friend of mine. It never was like that. So that's why I'm so glad Angelina came in and she said to let us do nutrition. So like even potatoes, not sweet potato, but regular ordinary potato
Mm-hmm.
is very harmful to me. They constipate me. They do not get digested. They just sit there like a brick. So I recognize that, and it
Yep.
wasn't always like that.
Yep.
So that is one of the things we have to remember, that we should listen to what our body says. It's all well and good. They say, oh, you should eat this and you
Yeah.
should eat that. You should have all of that. But
Yeah.
that cheese, which bothered me 10 years ago, does not anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
So your body
Yeah.
changed. Milk
Yeah.
and cheese and all of these things no longer bothers me. But things like bread and rice and
Yeah.
grains and seeds don't work for me.
Yeah. You're so right. It's like food. It was okay 10 years ago, even 5 years ago, right? It's just no longer like, the body's just not happy anymore. And Don said, fish with ground provisions. What's
Okay,
provisions? First
okay,
meal for the day at
okay.
3 a.m. Hold on.
So,
Then wine and cashews later in the evening.
okay.
Okay, so what
So
is that?
ground
Yes,
provision is
what is that?
any food that grows in the ground. And in the tropics, there's a lot of great foods that grow in the ground,
In
like potato. So they have sweet potato, they have regular potato, they have something called yams, they have tanyas, they have edos, they have dashin, all very starchy but tasty food.
Oh
Some of
yeah,
them,
yeah,
they can actually even eat the young leaves when they're just still like
yeah,
a straw,
yeah.
chop it up. So that they would use in maybe a kalaloo, which is like a soup with vegetables in there. So they have a lot
Mm.
of ground provisions of foods. And then we eat green bananas, which North Americans only think comes ripe. But it has it has more
I
iron.
heard green banana is so good for you though.
Yeah, but the green ones, we cook it. Some people cook it out of the jacket or into the jacket, and whichever way. So
Wow.
Ezra had rice, lentils, chicken wings, and coleslaw.
Yum.
No
Oh my
potatoes, no
gosh.
rice. So rice is really the thing about rice
Yeah.
is that we must remember all our foods nowadays are GMO. All what you buy
Mm.
packaged in the
Mm-hmm.
supermarket never go bad. They have
That's
they
scary, isn't it?
Yeah, but we don't know, there are people who are born and are adults now who have never seen what they call a
Mm.
little worm in rice or in flour or in beans. They have never seen that because
That is
they,
true. Yes.
there's
Yeah,
people
you're
that are
so
born
right. Yeah.
in their 20s, maybe even in their 30s, that have never seen their mother sifting the flour and letting all these little things fall out. And you had
Yeah.
now they say it's pre-sifted. The flour can last like 20 years in the kitchen. It doesn't go. It never goes bad.
Mm-hmm.
So if
Mm-hmm.
it is so good for you, why does it last longer than you? You know, you have to ask yourself questions. So some of these foods, like they say
What's
about
in there? Yes.
what is in that
Oh,
McDonald's potato fries, whatever it's called, that
that
never dries up.
that's a famous one. And the Wonder Bread
Okay.
too, right? Those ones
You,
are like
Wonder Bread is like you can
long.
take a loaf of Wonder Bread and you can make a tennis ball out of it. You can just squish it and you have a tennis ball. But people
Oh my goodness,
eat
yes.
that.
Yeah.
So we have to know that any grains and all these things, they're not there like how they were supposed to be anymore. I
Mm-hmm.
told you guys last year about impatience. About 5 years ago, you couldn't get impatience to buy anywhere.
Yes.
And then
Yeah.
all of a sudden, in the past 2 years, it came back. But it
Yeah.
does not give you the bud with the seeds anymore.
You know what? I remember you showed me when I went last summer, you were showing me, right? The impatient. She just said, look at this. No seed.
No
Yep.
seeds, absolutely not. And Vanessa even saw that because as little girls, they would go and pop that little green thing and the
Yeah.
seeds came out. When my mom was visiting one year, she
Mhm.
went in the garden and she popped all of these little
Yeah.
things in a
Yeah.
brown bag and took it to Dominica with her and planted it. And there was one time you saw it all over Amsrodel, Marisil, where the estate is,
That's what's supposed
because
to
the
be,
wind blew
right?
it. So now impatient,
Yeah.
they, hi,
Hiroko's here.
Yoko.
And Laura.
Hi, Laura. So the impatient no longer dies. It doesn't need water. You had to water the impatient to keep it nice. Now it just withered. It
Mm-hmm.
lasts. You can don't give it water. It will last forever. So if they can do that to the flowers that we buy in the once time
Yes.
in the year,
Hi,
can you
Denise.
imagine what they're doing to the other foods that we eat?
Yes,
So
to
Don
our
said, no
body.
potatoes, no rice. That's what Don said for her.
Yes.
Laura is there. Oh, hi, Denise. How are you this morning? We
Yay.
are
Thank you so
talking
much for
about
coming.
nutrition.
Nutrition. Very
Yes,
important.
Angelina asked for that topic, and we are bringing it to you because from our experience, what we know for sure is that many of the foods that we are eating now and our
Mm-hmm.
body, and we feel rejected by our body, is because of the GMO.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to really take time and plan your foods. What was working for you or not working for you 10 years ago suddenly will be fine. With me
Yeah,
was
like your cheese.
like milk and cheese and all of that ice cream. No, I can have it. But the opposite, I can't eat rice. I can't eat mashed potatoes. It constipates me. Seeds and grains. Quinoa. Oh, it's a good grain. Flaxseed. Any of these, they do not work for me.
That's it. Like it's like healthy for you doesn't mean healthy for the others, right?
Everybody.
Yeah,
And
everybody else.
your body speaks.
Yeah. So you gotta listen to your
You
body.
have to listen to your body. I
Yeah.
practice. I didn't know what I was doing, but again, because of listening to my body, I ended up eating my first meal just before, like between 9:30 and 10, or sometimes after 10.
So
My first
it's
meal of
like
the day.
suit your body
I
after that. Like
Yes, because I would be feeling heavy if I had what you call breakfast. All of a sudden, it wasn't
like
like that before.
yeah. For example, you wake up quarter after 4:30, right?
Yes.
So if you eat maybe say 6 a.m., like you bought at breakfast, if you have breakfast at 6
It
a.m.
would,
because you wake up at 4,
yeah, it would
so it means your body feels heavy
all day. It just
all day.
sits there. It would be like 3 in the afternoon, and I was still feeling the weight of breakfast, and it's not maybe a heavy breakfast. So I started realizing I should not eat at that time. So what I do, I'm up at 4:15. I drink Himalayan salt
Yep.
water, 1 teaspoon of salt
Yep.
water in 12 ounces of water.
I remember that. We introduced that a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
And
Yeah.
then I drink regular water while I'm stretching and exercising. So that takes me right up until maybe 5:30. And then I will have a coffee, a black coffee. And then I continue for another 30 minutes. And then I will have a coffee because I like it with oat milk for coffee. That's what I like. So I do that. And then I come down to do the live at 8. I might have some of that golden triangle tea, which is turmeric, ginger, cinnamon, some nutmeg, a vanilla, no sugar, no honey,
Mm-hmm.
but a creamy, and it's good for you. So I would have that.
Mm.
But it's only around quarter past 9 I start
Yeah.
preparing. If I have leftovers, I will actually like yesterday I had chicken thighs, grated carrot, and grated cabbage, almost like you're making cauliflower rice.
Yeah. You
And
know
that's what
what?
I had.
Yeah. Thank you for so much sharing. That leads me to kind of curiosity. Like you guys, the guys, like friends, join this live right now. Just put in a comment. Are you guys eating breakfast and what time around? Like you can just say maybe 4 hours after I wake up breakfast, I eat breakfast. Just I'm just
When
curious, like
do
like some
you
people
start
they eat
eating?
right away. Some people maybe eat me. I'm like more likely you. I eat around like maybe 9:30, something
Yeah.
like that. I don't eat like first four
No.
hours, right? So I'm just curious, like if you guys want to
Yeah,
share, let us,
tell
type in
us
the
because
comment.
we're all here to learn. The thing
Yeah.
is, and then I found out the method of my eating was called intermittent fasting. I
Yes.
didn't I didn't
Yeah.
know that existed. It was just my body, how I felt. And
It was
then
so, yeah.
my last meal could be at 3 o'clock. The thing is, once I start eating, I can eat all day long. I can graze on something. I
Hmm.
can graze on something else. I can have an apple. I can have grapes. I can
Yeah.
have this. I can have
Just a little
pineapple.
bit at a time.
I
Yeah.
can eat all these little things. And around 4 o'clock for the latest, I would eat something
Hmm.
again. But
Hmm.
if I am not hungry, I won't eat until tomorrow. I'll drink water. I'll have tea. I have cinnamon tea in the
Hmm.
evening, warm, especially in the winter. I have maybe some clove tea,
Yeah.
and that's it.
True things too. And Ezra, thank you so much for sharing. Yes, I I eat breakfast every day. I wake up at 5 and eat around 8. And then Dawn said, no breakfast, have one meal a day. I would eat between 3 to 5. And another Dawn said, I I did Dawn 1 and Dawn 2, I don't know. Like I drink coffee with some creamer and a scoop of protein powder before leaving for work.
Yeah. So
Interesting. Thanks so much for sharing.
there's so many people doing it in so many different ways,
Yeah,
right?
I love that. I love
And
that.
that is one of the things we have to observe. We can,
Yep.
if when you eat something, you feel like you shouldn't be eating that thing. That
Yeah.
is your
So
body
how you guys
sending you a
feel,
message.
right?
Pay
Yeah.
attention to it. Some
Yeah.
people tell me I lose weight, but my stomach is bigger. My stomach is not going down.
Mm.
I watch what I eat. I eat what. But
Yeah.
how do you feel after you eat what you eat?
Sometimes like a
You
heavy gut,
have to ask
heavy
yourself that
feeling.
question. Nobody can answer that for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there is something this week. Oh, I don't know what day it was. I decided I would make a live showing what I'm going to eat.
With aprons?
Yeah, with my apron, because I had a dress. I didn't want to get any seasoning on it and
Yes.
spices on it. So the thing is, there is something about
Mm-hmm.
cooking from scratch.
Mm-hmm.
There is something about not cooking from a box.
Mm-hmm.
Nancy, which is one of our followers from
Yep.
Wisconsin, she always talks about her sourdough bread, and
I love
it
sourdough
look.
bread.
And then I found that she makes it in a cast iron pot because she said I have the pot, the cast iron, the pot in the oven heating up. So that just
Oh.
tell you how delicious. She brings that ball of dough, puts it
Oh.
in there, gives it a slice on the top, and let it do its thing in the oven. So, but
Oh my gosh.
that she took the time. It has to rise. You have to have certain the flour, the yeast.
Yeah.
That is a process, and that is how we should learn to eat. And so nutrition is important, but you need to start it right. You So what about you, Yuko? How do you start your meal plan? How do you figure it out?
I usually, okay, so as people probably you guys know, I live with a bunch of men. So I
Just two men,
create
just two men, a bunch.
a bunch of men. Well, I would say that. Well, including my puppy. Buddy is a dog too. He's 100 years old,
the
but he's
dog.
still a
Okay, we
man.
can't forget Buddy. A
Can't forget
bunch.
Buddy. He's 100 years old, but he's still a man, right? So I create the dinner plan, like just according to what they want to eat. And then, of course, sometimes I get really tired of, like I cook 5 days a week. 2 days a week, I'm off. I'm not going to cook. So 5 days a week, I create the meal plan because they work the physical. They do physical job. So I got to cook something with meat. But me, I'm small. If I eat like them every day, I would get, I'm going to have a lot of muscles. You don't want to have masculine ego, or I would be like really huge, which is, I don't want to do that. My body will scream. My body will say, please just stop eating like men, right? So I eat same thing 5 days a week, just smaller portion. And then, but make sure I add vegetables every day. Add vegetables. And then maybe they can put more meat, a little bit less vegetables. So I change my portion. I put a lot of vegetables and just a little portion of meat. That's how I eat because I feel better that way.
That's what I mean.
To my body.
The thing is that our body speaks.
Very
it
much.
Literally speaks.
But
when you see somebody's eating and they're going, the body is saying, what are you putting in me? The body is
very much
fighting with you, and they keep eating it, and they go back for the thing again and again and again. And then they go, I feel so this and I feel so. Yes, you do. So nutrition is important.
Yes.
Cooking from scratch is important.
Cooking from
what you eat
scratch, I totally agree with you, because
and what you eat and when you eat is important. And a thing that is intriguing is to try new spices.
Okay, so talking about new
spices.
spices, can I how do I say? Can I have a question? This is so important, Tessa. Can I ask you something?
Okay.
All right. So lots of people in this world, I would imagine, they are having difficult time for cooking because cook for one. But you seems like you enjoy cooking. You like you create a great meal plan. You have a lot of energy. How is it possible for you to cook for one? We want to know. Like I know you said spices.
Why it's possible to cook for one is to love one.
To love one.
To love one. To love self. Okay. I have friends and family who loves their children, grandchildren, their neighbors' children, everybody more than themselves. My cousin Loretta, she will do it to the bone for the children. But she'll tell me, I'm just going to scrounge in the kitchen for something to eat. So I asked her if she was a raccoon. I said, what are you, a raccoon? But I made this soup for Corey, and Corey really loved this soup. And I'm thinking, and then what did you scrunch to eat? So and I think somebody will think I'm selfish. But if I am not strong and healthy, my son, who's not living in Canada, will be out of his mind. I know that. Jillian will have to leave her husband and find a way to Vanessa and to come and take care of me, Vanessa and Kylie and all of that. Why put them through that? That's the number one. Yes. So to avoid them from having that, I put myself first. That doesn't mean if they need me, I am not there. But I set a boundary that I have to eat. Yeah. So as you guys know, I go straight to the source of where I get my wisdom and guidance. I go to my guardian angel. What should I eat today? Oh, and then
that question is, I love the question. Simple question. What should I
eat today?
Not like what do I want to eat?
No, what should I eat today?
What should I eat?
So I go and I begin to cook. I I might take the meat out of the freezer, the fish out of the freezer, this out of the freezer, and put it in the fridge, and in the morning get sometimes and season it or get it ready just to go in the oven when I'm done.
So you prepare in the morning to
I
take the
got,
stuff
as you
out of
could
the
see,
freezer.
that day when I did the live, by 9:30, I was cooking. Because it's, you're saying, cooking for one is hard. But then you go and you buy these little servings of food that is salty, heavily laden with salt and more salt and preservatives, so the meat looks green or pink, whatever color they want for the week. And then you're sitting there in the same container. They make it so convenient for you to act like you're a pig in a trough.
Yeah, those TV dinner things,
the
and
same
like just
container.
pop
Take
in the
your fork and
microwave. Yeah.
you're like a pig in a trough. Nothing is laid out. It's like you dump in the thing and the pigs come grum, grum, grum. That's what it looks like. Is that loving you? So what about if you cook some chicken?
Okay.
Enough for 2 days.
Yeah.
You have it today with carrots and broccoli, cauliflower. Tomorrow you bring another thing. You add another. You say, okay, that chicken would look nice. What about if I just grate some cheese all over it? It's a different taste all over again.
So you're not just eating same chicken.
It is the same meat, but you add another flavor to it.
So what's your recommended some adding to, have a leftover meals more enjoyable? What do you use it though?
You can make a sauce. You can just take a little bit of spices, a little bit of oil, some balsamic vinegar, and then
balsamic vinegar.
Yeah, and you take that chicken you cooked last night.
Okay.
And you have virgin olive oil, balsamic vinegar, some spices, a little bit of maybe what do you call that? Cayenne pepper. And you can actually take that and you cut the chicken in small pieces, you add it to that balsamic vinegar thing, and you cut the same chicken, even if it's a chicken drumsticks, you take the meat off, you chop it small, add it to that sauce, stir it. If you can eat pastas, and so while you're doing that, the pasta, you let the water come to a boil, add the salt, add half a cup of pasta, put it in there, take it out, spread some cheese on it. Now you have this and you have that right next to it, and then you maybe have your broccoli, you take a couple in the pasta sauce. It's so easy. Not the pasta sauce. While the pasta is cooking, just before it becomes al dente, you drop pieces of broccoli in the same pot.
In the same pot. Oh, that's
pot,
good. I like that. It's less dishes to do.
Yeah. And then you just strain it out, you rinse it a bit, bam, butter on top of all of them, a little bit of pepper. There you go, cook for one. But the main course was the meat you had yesterday that you got. So sometimes you go to the butcher, you see they have sausages. Buy one. When you get home, cut it in small pieces and toss it in a pan with a little bit of oil or butter. Add some onions to that. Chop some tomatoes in that. And then you have and add some curry, add some turmeric, a little black pepper, and there you are. Okay, what's next? Well, yesterday I had pasta. Today I'll have a quarter cup of quinoa. While this is doing its thing, or you start the quinoa first, you can cook for one. It's a choice. If you love you will do things for you. Put the music on. If you're cooking for
I get it. Yeah.
Put the music on. I don't drink that much, so it doesn't matter. If you feel half a glass of wine, put whatever music on. You don't even have to. If you have a TV close by, put it on what do you call that thing, YouTube, and play the 60s music and cut and cook.
Oh my God. Tessa, I think you have a camera in my house.
Oh.
You know that. You know my routine. Like, don't mind. What do you do? Like, the AirPods and just start cooking. I think you have a camera in my house.
You have to value yourself and love yourself sufficiently to prepare a meal when you live alone for you.
Yeah. So it's not like, it's hard. Cook for one is so hard.
It's not hard. Like, it's challenging.
And then you can't just have that mood, right? Like you can just chop.
Put yourself in the mood. And then another thing
Okay.
is,
Okay. That's interesting.
put a placemat. Serve your plate.
Okay.
Put it there. Knife and fork, a glass of water, a glass of wine, a napkin, and sit there and give thanks you were able to prepare that meal for yourself.
Like entertain yourself.
Yeah, it is. I'm going to eat. If you want, you can go crazy. Put a candle there.
You
Turn
gotta
off the
treat yourself
TV.
like queen. Like
Yes,
that.
turn off the TV and chew.
Turn off.
The TV and chew with your mouth closed and chew.
Friends, hear that? No TV.
No
Music
TV.
is okay.
They said you're supposed to chew the same piece of food in your mouth 26 times
You know what?
for it to
Yes,
go down
because
to your system properly.
so like we watching TV and sometimes we forget like, did I chew? Because we just our mind
Yeah,
is absorbed, like TV sucked our mind. We just didn't pay attention what we are eating, and then we sometimes I just like have a moment like, did I finish this? What? This plate is empty. I don't remember that because I was paying attention. Most of my brain goes to TV, right?
yeah.
Ah,
And you
okay.
bless the food. You can bless that food you're going to eat.
That's right. You are what you eat.
Yeah, bless it and
Bless
say, you
it.
know what, I'm so happy
Yeah,
and
bless
grateful I
it.
was able to prepare this meal today. And then take your time and eat slowly, purposefully aware of the flavors and taste it. It's a process to take care of yourself. It's not something that is done helter skelter. And there comes
That's
a time you have
yeah,
to have
yeah,
boundaries. Like you develop boundaries. You said, I will not be cooking 7 days a week. And that was maybe 20 years ago. And your husband had to help the boys out. And they had
or
to have
they
to cook.
boys starting to they learn to how to
Yeah.
cook now because they wanted to eat,
Yeah.
right?
So they
Yeah,
had
they can cook.
to get going.
Yeah.
So, but this thing of being a martyr and saying, I did my best, that is nonsense. And you're sick, you're not feeling well, and everybody is still tugging at you. What are you?
I know.
So,
Yep.
cooking for yourself, the first thing is to recognize I am valuable, I deserve
Okay.
better, I need to take care of me so I can feel better, especially if you're living at home alone. You want to be able to function in your environment without assistance for as long as you can.
Okay,
So,
that's something we can take action right away. Like so typical nutrition, right? The people advice is okay. You need like three cups of the vitamin like B and vitamin C and like all those logical numbers. People get tired of it, but the way you recommend is no, 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 no. More, it's just what you love yourself
yeah.
first. You create the environment, you appreciate the food, you enjoy cooking, like just like create, like enjoy, like you're allowed to have some
Hmm.
wine, don't drink too much.
No, it's up
But
to you.
something it's not too complicated. I think most people they just feel like, "Oh, I don't want to do it," because it's like nutrition things that's too hard, right? It's just
Well,
too logical.
you can.
Like
I add supplements. I do have vitamins that I take, and I have
yes,
a little
yep.
dish, and I put my vitamins in there. It's right there.
Hmm.
And so while I am eating, because it's best to take it as food. So while I'm
Yes.
eating, I have my vitamins.
Say you don't forget. It's right there.
You
You
know, I
create
put
the
it.
routine.
You have to prepare this place where you're going to sit, so it's conducive to giving you everything you desire
Hmm.
from that food that you have prepared.
Yeah, I love that. And also, you shared your cauliflower rice. I really enjoy listening. That when we're having meeting, you were
Yeah.
talking about cauliflower rice because you're starting to like rice and starch and potatoes, those things.
Mm-hmm.
Your body just say, maybe not. So you kind of use substitute, right?
Yeah.
So how do you prepare your
Okay.
cauliflower
So
rice?
I do cauliflower itself. So I put it through the food processor, and when it gets a little bit,
Like
like
raw?
grainy,
You just
yeah,
like
it's
put the
raw.
raw.
I chop
Okay,
it up and I
okay.
put it in there, and it's a
Yeah,
little bit grainy,
yeah.
and so that's cauliflower rice. So I take a pan and I give it medium to low heat. So I want the heat to just draw the moisture from the
No, no
cauliflower,
adding water,
no
nothing.
water. So
Okay.
the pan you get your one of your fry of your what you call a skillet or frying
Mm-hmm.
pan, and you put it on medium to low heat. Let it stay
Medium to
there.
low.
You add the cauliflower, not a whole bunch that it's up at it. You put enough to cover the bottom of the pan. So it's
Oh, it's not like
no,
pile.
because
Okay.
what you're doing is getting the heat to absorb the moisture
Okay.
that's in the cauliflower,
Okay.
because you want that rice consistency, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So then you do that and you just keep. At that time, I add pepper, I add a little salt if I want it. I add maybe some turmeric, a little if I want curried rice.
Oh,
That's my
oh,
time to put it
oh
in.
my God. That
And so
sounds
then
good.
then I take that, I empty it into a container. I cover
Okay.
that container. I do the second batch.
So
And
like
when,
a little bit at a time.
yeah, because
Just
it
like
depends on how big your skillet is and how big the burner you have.
yes,
But
yes.
you don't have to do all of it. You just do enough for that. And when I said that, somebody said, well, you have to wash the food processor. So I was so mad. I said, well, then just throw it out. I said, you don't want to wash it, just throw it in the garbage.
Oh yeah, I know. Some people they just
I
like
mean, what do you want to do?
they
And
are
then
they are
you have,
so
and then
many
that
excuses.
same
Yeah.
person has the audacity to ask me, oh, how do you keep so healthy? How do you have all this energy? And then you're
Oh, I know
telling me,
what you
well,
mean.
if I use the food processor, I have to wash it. Well, you know what?
Yeah.
Throw it out. You don't want to wash it, throw it out. I don't care. It's not mine. So
Oh, I
why
know.
did you
I
buy
love that.
it in
Yeah,
the
those
first
people.
place?
I love
You
those
know,
people. Oh my
why
gosh.
did
Yeah.
you buy it in the first place? So anyway, so then I decided I wanted to change it. Nobody told me I could do that. So I put cabbage in the food processor.
Cabbage too.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I got this. Okay, then I put carrots in with the cabbage.
Yeah.
So then that comes out orangey and the white of the cabbage.
Yeah.
I take that and I do the same thing I do with just the cauliflower.
Same things. Okay.
And then I add the same spices. So I have two choices. One day I can have just the cauliflower rice, or I can have cauliflower and cabbage rice.
Okay.
Not cauliflower,
Separate.
carrot, or I can put them together.
Okay, you can.
But after it's been done, when you put it in the container, you take a little bit of extra virgin oil, and
Okay.
you do not a spoon. You use a fork and you lift it up. You don't stir it. You lift it so that it
Why is that? Like to
stays.
make it a little
Yes,
fluffier or ah
the air
I
goes through it and it makes it
yeah.
fluffier because it's really not cooked. It's still raw,
Yeah.
but it
Yeah.
comes out delicious. And I always laughed at. I told my friend to do it, and she said, "Well, that was fun." And I said, next morning she called. Well, I had that cauliflower, that cabbage and carrot, whatever rice you call it there. And she said, I sat on the toilet and it was one long sloop and I was done. I go, what?
What a great feeling.
She said, that's what she said. She said, I sat on the toilet. I normally have to sit there and let things find their way. She said, this thing came out. I look back and she said, Dr. Oz would be proud of me. That's what she
Yeah.
told me. She said,
Well, it's
it
it's good
was
for
an
a gut.
S.
Yeah, but it's good for gut health.
Yeah. So she swears on that. It eliminates really well. Although she had beef, she actually had steak. And she said she couldn't believe it.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to get to know, she knows her stomach needs that type of consistency of food to enable her to have, and she said, I felt light.
Yeah.
She said, I felt like
Yeah.
I
Oh,
lost
that's a
weight,
great feeling. Yes.
so.
Yeah.
Um,
Thank you so much for explaining. So what do you do? After that, you cook cauliflower and then carrots and
the
cabbage
different
things. Do you put them
days,
in a do you put in a fridge
yes,
or do you put in
but
a
if I'm not,
freezer?
okay, let me tell you what I've done.
Yeah.
I will do, if I get a big cabbage and it's a Sunday and I have the time, I will do batches and batches of it.
Mm-hmm.
Put them in containers, and I freeze them. And then I found out they are just as nice frozen as when they're fresh.
Really?
Yes,
So it freezes well.
it
Freezes
freezes
well.
very well.
Wow. Okay. That's good.
And
Yep.
then a lot of people, Kathleen was supposed to come on, she maybe forgot, because she's the queen of prep
Preparation. Yes.
preparation.
Yes,
I
yes. You're
did,
talking about the preparation
yeah,
too, right?
I
Yes.
did a lot of that when my children was
Yes.
younger. I still do prep though. I still do that even now.
Yep.
Um, prep for the week on a Sunday for 3 hours if you are living alone is amazing. Or
That'll
even for
help like the
family.
rest of the week, you
It
mean?
does. It
Okay.
eliminates rushing from work and you're starving and because you're so hungry, you're going to grab some chips, you're going to eat a couple cookies, you're going to
Yeah.
have
Yeah,
something
that is
sweet.
true.
And then
Yeah.
you're not losing the weight and you forget because your body is just it's hungry.
You know what? Just you're so right. The people starting to kind of not crumbles, but it's like how do I say? I know nice eating routine. They starting to like crumble down. Is
Hmm.
they said I was tired, so I eat pizza. I'm tired to preparing cooking the dinner, so I do takeout, and their health starting get they feel tired all the time.
Yeah, look at what
So when you're
Ezra
tired,
said.
yeah,
She said,
yeah,
I am prepping for 3 days every Sunday. Of course.
that really really helps though.
It
Preparing for
does
three
help.
days. Yes,
3 days of meals for on a Sunday.
yeah.
This thing of waiting until 5 o'clock and start cooking and don't know what to cook. I would go crazy. I couldn't live
Oh,
like that.
you know what? I have clients, right? My salon's hot topic is what should I cook for dinner? If they don't know by 3, they go crazy.
But they don't know by 3, and they're rushing through it.
Oh, very much.
Ezra
Oh,
says,
and then they just like,
doing it
I
right
get the
now.
pizza
That is
anyway.
what you see.
Yeah,
Ezra preps. That's what Kathleen does.
doing it right
I
now. Oh, you're
prepped.
doing right now.
Yeah, she's doing it right now. And that is Sunday after you come from church or whatever you go to, or Saturday prep. The prepping might just make sure you have what you do in Monday, what you cook in Tuesday, what you cook in Wednesday, and you have all the ingredients for each day.
Yeah, yeah. You don't have to do like 7 days every
No,
Sunday, but you can do even if 3 days.
it makes such
That
a big
really
difference to
very
your
very
life.
much. Yes.
And if you're going to make a casserole, why wait that day to make a casserole?
That is true. Yeah. You can make casserole on Sunday and it
And
freezes well. Or you can just keep in the
all
fridge.
casseroles freeze well. You
Yeah.
put it in the freezer, you cover it, and you cover it. First you foil, then with the thing for the freezer thing, and you put it in there.
Yeah. Actually
Okay.
tastes better that once you
Yeah,
freeze it and then just tastes better
it
too.
does. So because
Yeah.
you take it frozen
Yeah.
and you put it in the oven and it cooks. You don't have
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
defrost it. And then another thing is a soup.
Oh,
You can
soup
you
is our
have
favorite.
leftover. Oh, I bought a chicken, I took all the meat off, and they asked my friend, what did you do with the carcass? Oh, I threw it out.
No way.
And I go,
Oh,
really?
oh,
You,
oh my
you
gosh. You
sat
should.
there, you bought a chicken at Costco, you took all the meat off, you put it in a stir
Yeah.
fry, and you
Yeah.
have the body of the
Yeah.
chicken.
Yeah.
While you're having dinner, you put that body of that chicken in a pot,
Yeah.
bring it to a boil,
Yeah.
take off the bones, save that stock for your next soup.
Of course. That way, how much is it cost? $7.99 or $8.99
Mhm.
chicken? It's
Or
just
they
you
tell
can
me, oh, I
stretch it
bought
out.
chicken. They said, oh, I bought chicken broth. I said, whoa. And I just go, why?
I know.
I
It makes, you know
started,
what?
whenever
Yes,
you buy
chicken broth.
chicken broth,
Yeah,
what
it makes
is
me
in that
crazy.
chicken
That's
broth?
right.
That is made in a lab. I want you to pronounce the words on that box.
I can't pronounce,
No,
but
they
it
go,
makes me crazy. I wanted to grab and put back on the shelf when people buying at the grocery store the box of chicken broth and beef broth. I just put back on the shelf,
yeah,
right? Yeah.
read what's on it.
Oh, I
Oh, I
can't
had chicken
pronounce those
broth and
ones.
chicken this, and I go, and beef broth and vegetable broth. I say, well, you cook broccoli, you cook cauliflower,
Yeah.
you have cabbage. I said, cut off the stalk
Yep.
of the broccoli, cut off the stalks of the cauliflower, cut off some onions, some
Yep.
garlic, whatever vegetable you bought that you didn't use,
Yes.
bring them to a boil, strain them, vegetable broth,
Yeah.
voila. You have your
Yeah.
vegetable broth.
Yeah.
Put it
I saw
in a
some.
container and keep
Yep.
it in the freezer.
Yes. And I saw some ladies, they just like, oh, I don't have cook a soup right away. I'm too busy. So some people I saw it, they those the stalks, just a, a little bit of an out layer of cabbage leaf, whatever, they put in a freezer bag and they freeze it and they make a soup when they have a time too. So we always have a time, right? Angelina, thank you so much.
Thank you,
Amazing.
Angelina. You just your. By the way, ladies, if you have an idea for a topic, give it to us. Put it in the comments so we can
Yes.
see it and we can work on it. This was an enjoyable topic
This
to
is
work on.
so amazing.
And we're
And
not
yeah,
done because part of your nutrition should be your vitamins. We live in North America. I purposely checked. We have 3 days of sunlight in January in the northeast of America. So that takes in New York, Pennsylvania, Buffalo, Toronto,
yes,
Montreal, Boston, that type of area.
yeah.
So did you get vitamin D? Did you think you got vitamin D? A
Not
topic
enough sun.
suggestion.
Yeah.
Movement. Angelina is on a roll. Angelina is on a roll,
Let me
guys.
take a screenshot. There you go. Wait.
Yeah.
Oops, I'll take a screenshot. Oh, here you are, Anna.
So what we have to remember, we had no sun in January for 28 days. And your nutrition includes proper cooking, but you need some vitamin D3. You need zinc. Because
yeah,
it helps to promote your immunity. Women, you need your B vitamins. You need your omegas. And you need to take them with your meal. So when you sit to eat, you shouldn't be eating like you are a cowboy and you have one hand holding the bridle of the horse and the other hand shoveling food down your throat. You're not a cowboy. Sit at the table and hey, Amma, good morning. Those of us who think it's okay to prepare the meal and the family sits and you are at the sink eating from a pot. Get on with that. What are you? Who are you? Don't you love yourself enough so that you turn around and yes, you could look amazing.
Look at that. Nutrition helps to just shiny hair, right?
Shiny head.
It affects because like all the hair follicles, blood vessels attached to follicles.
Yeah.
Right. So you gotta eat right to get. I tell my clients, you know what? You can only do so much with product.
Yeah.
Especially after 50 years old.
Yeah. You think?
So yeah. So it's just like what you eat and supplements. Those ones are very also important.
Yeah,
to have a nice shiny hair.
You eat properly for your hair growth.
Yes.
You take these supplements to help you to go through eating well. You have to. Why, Dawn?
You're back. She went to market.
Supermarket.
Yeah.
So we have to remember that in all what we do for family, we as women, we need to take care of our internal thing, our health.
Yeah, we are really good at taking care of the others.
Yeah,
but ourselves.
That is what we were trained to do from the time we were
I
girl.
saw my grandma and a mom, right? And then I thought that's what I supposed to do. That's what I thought until I met.
Well, I can honestly say.
Did you hear that?
I did.
I learned to be
honestly say my mother was a woman before her time. I was at my 94-year-old neighbor's celebration of life yesterday. Yeah. And 94. All her family was so proud to say that their mother, like her sister, grandnana, never wore pants. She never wore pants. And I remember my mom was visiting and she said to me, you know what? If Marlena Dietrich can wear pants, I should be able to wear pants. She said, can you make me a pair of pants? Because from Toronto, they were going to Europe. And she said, because when people bend down in the airport with these dresses, all you see is their bum. And I don't want to see that. So I need pants. So when I'm dragging my suitcase from Heathrow Airport or somewhere, Charles de Gaulle, she said, make me some pants. So I did. And I don't think my mother ever wore a dress unless she was going to church. She always wore pants. And these ladies were the older ladies, they were all in their later 80s, older than me, her family, and they were so proud to say that their mother or their grandmother never wore pants. And I can say, fine, they maybe never traveled, but my mother, who was half passport, will travel, she wanted pants. So there's so many things we learn and we do as women that some of us think we need to carry it into our old age. And
Nope.
one of the things we have to, I got that thumbs
Look,
down.
what's happening, Tessa?
I got a thumbs down. Somebody doesn't like the idea that women should,
No, you can't. Yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
Somebody from Instagram doesn't like
too
the
bad
idea, I guess.
for them, eh? That
Yeah, it's too bad.
we have to remember that we need to do things to protect we as women if we love the family enough. And nutrition is important. And there are no excuse for you to say, I cannot, it's difficult and all of that to cook for one. So I'm just going to get these takeout little things. Hello, Peter.
Hi, Peter.
Just take out little things from this dollar store, not dollar store, but you know what I mean, the prepared food, and shovel it down your throat like you're a pig in a trough.
Yeah,
We
think
are
about
not
it. Like,
supposed to eat like that. By
no,
right, as I
no.
said, we're supposed to chew. Each chewing is 26 times before you swallow. 26 times. So by the time you get things, that should be like mush. You know what I
So
mean? So your body
it's
can
easier
absorb.
for your, yes,
You-
easy for your stomach, and
Yes,
it's easy to the body absorb better,
when
right?
you do
So
that.
yes, yes.
So
And then I find it's like, you know, you got to take care, you're responsible your own body, and then you don't have to cook 7 days a week, but
no,
at least like 3 days, like, you know, like Esla, why don't you do that? And then you see how your body feels after that.
you can just take something. The world today is so easy. Hi, Peter. The
Oh,
world,
if I go Costco, there are a lot of ultra processed food
not
at
only that,
Costco.
but the world is so
Very
easy.
easy.
You
Yes.
today you sit. You have everybody sits. So go on YouTube and look for chicken recipes, beef rest, something little quick, and they will tell you how many calories, how long it takes to prepare.
Yes.
And on Saturday, shop according to that. But before you go out to shop your pantry or your freezer. You have stuff there
That's very
ready.
important.
And then
So as an immigrant, 10 bags of rice, right?
stop that. Stop the 10 bags of rice.
I love Tessa. She always said 10 bags of
You
rice.
don't need 10 bags of rice.
No, no.
My friend I was talking to, and she's big time into all sorts of what you call it, AI. And she said to me, you know what I found out after listening to you talk about food when we did, I don't know how long ago. She said, I put on a thing on AI. I have carrots, I have chicken, I
Yep,
have this, I have that. What can I cook with that?
yep.
And
It
AI
creates
comes
a meal
back with
plan.
a
Yeah.
recipe and
Yep.
all the ingredients you would need to add to it. So why not just try to make it different
Yeah.
and make it
It's easy.
interesting instead
Yeah.
of boring?
Yeah. The boring
You
is
know,
it just things too, right? It's like you gotta make your meal plan more interesting. Like Tessa suggests, I use sometimes or more time, I use AI. I ask AI too.
yeah,
So that they create meals and you
yeah.
choose. Not only one, sometimes like, you know, like if you don't like the one AI suggests, you can type, right? Chat GPT or Gemini,
I don't
whichever
know
works.
them, but you do.
Yes.
So you don't
So you
say,
can just like, you can just like, okay, another meal plan. And it shows in like 5 or 20
yeah,
seconds.
yeah.
Yeah. And
Oh,
I'm sorry. Yes, Dawn
don't
said, I
say,
also have a ginger shot in
yeah.
the evening, in the morning. Oh, sorry. I drink a lot of coconut water. She must drink amazing coconut
Well,
water
yeah,
too, right?
because the trees are right there on the estate. So it's getting somebody to climb it and drop the coconuts
Oh, I
and
would like to
she's
drink that
crazy.
coconut water.
You know, so, and she makes these ginger shots.
Yes.
She sent me a picture, but I don't have my iPad here. I wish I could show it to you. And the bottles, and she puts them on the fridge, and they have one every morning. It's not only ginger; it's different juices and stuff she makes just enough. So there are so many little things that you can do for yourself to keep yourself healthy when it comes to nutrition.
Yep.
What else you have on there that you want to? We have more time left. So there's all kinds of stuff.
We only have 8 minutes. I
Any
gotta
more
finish by 10.
questions?
Yeah, please. I gotta finish at 10:30 today. I gotta go yoga and meditation sessions today.
Oh, Kathleen is telling me I waited for your live, but it never showed up. I should have told her the live was with Yuko. She just sent a message. So Kathleen, the live
it shows her in Instagram because she's gonna find you.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's gonna find
Yeah.
you. So she's gonna find type. That's
I cannot tell her anything. She sent a message, but if you go to Instagram and you find me, you click, you would have been there to tell us about how you prepare, because she's the queen of preparation.
Yes. Yeah. Made mango and sour soup.
Soursop juice yesterday. Soursop is another fruit that looks like this, and it's so delicious. It's amazing. So soursop, mango and soursop juice. So she juices those fruits, and she sent it to me. It looks really nice. So Kathleen, I thought she forgot, but she was looking for me, and you started the live. So she had come on, she would see that I had gone live.
Yeah. But that's okay. She can see because we post these ones.
Yeah, but she wanted to. She was supposed to come and share her prepping, because Kathleen will prep all day Sunday. She was ready prep because she has to prep for her daughter's lunch and their supper, right? And what they're having at breakfast time. So thank you, Amma, for joining us. It's a wonder you didn't say something, Amma. What do you prep before you go? Or you're left already?
Yes. So before we go, can I share my leftover or prep idea too?
Of course.
Because I'm a busy mom. I work, right? I'm a busy mom actually, and I work. I have a day job too, and beside, like I do editing for Tessa's YouTube, so everything. So but I'm busy, but busy is not an excuse. What I usually do is I cook. When I make little bit more, not just enough for that
okay, so you cook more than needed for the day.
Yes, that way I have a leftover, so I can freeze them, right? And then I can use that one for another day, just like you, adding something. So for example, I brought this. Oh, I forgot to bring. Oh, I forgot to bring one. I thought I brought one somewhere. Okay.
That's okay. Just tell us.
Okay. Oh, well, whatever. Okay. So I made gyoza dumpling the other day.
Yeah.
And then I made 60 gyoza dumplings.
What
maybe
call them? What you said, yogurt dumpling or yoga?
Gyoza dumpling.
Yoga dumplings. Okay.
Gyoza. Yeah.
I've seen those. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Gyoza dumpling. So dumplings, right? Mm-hmm. So the gyoza dumplings, and I usually make 60 of them. More than my family eat with one meal. Mm-hmm. So I have like 20 gyozas left, right? I freeze them. I freeze the gyoza. And then today I am going to not just like reheat the gyoza, I'm going to chop the veggies, and then I'm going to add gyoza. Like kind of, it's going to turn into stir fried gyoza.
So what is inside of the dumpling?
What is inside the dumpling is pork, ground pork.
Yeah.
And then napa and cabbage and garlic and ginger, soy sauce, and miso paste.
Okay, and then you wrap it in the dumpling.
Wrap it in the dumpling.
Okay, and then so when you cut it now, they have the dumpling, the nice dumpling taste everybody likes, and all these vegetables and the pork and all of that. Yes. Perfect. Amazing.
Yes. Amazing. And also, I can also use the dumplings to the soup. Right?
Yes, you can take the same dumplings and put it into the soup.
Yeah. So we can
the dumpling, the soup can be. So if you bought a ham. You can do a boil the
Yep.
soup, the bones, and you have that thing. The dumpling and the pork goes in the ham soup. All
It's like
that's people just have.
gorgeous, amazing
Yes,
soup.
it is. It's just so full of amazing, nutritious things, and that's what
And
people must
yeah,
remember.
and then also one more things, like when I buy chicken wings, comes with those little nuts, right? Nobody eats.
Yeah.
So I always make a soup, like create the really amazing collagen soup that I have this. And I use it, I make a soup and I freeze them.
Yeah.
Put it in a Tupperware, freeze them.
Uh-huh.
So tonight I'm gonna have that leftover frozen gyoza dumpling,
Yeah.
right, with stir fry and then fried rice.
Mm-hmm.
And also I can make a soup.
Okay.
Soup.
Yeah, a
That
chicken
would be
soup.
great
A
meals,
little
right?
chicken soup. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that is what makes it interesting. Is
Yeah.
you have to, if you constantly keep saying, I don't know what to cook, I don't know what to cook, you will never know what to cook.
Yeah.
Because what
Or
you
like,
say
oh,
is
the food
what you
is so
cook.
expensive.
Oh, that is another
And then like,
thing.
yeah, there is gonna be another topic, but I'm so, and at the end of the day, I'm so proud of myself that, oh my gosh, how much money I
Yeah,
saved.
you
And then
do
we're
save
still
money.
eating healthy.
You do save
Healthy.
money by eating healthy. You do
Yes.
save money. But people think because you're cooking from scratch and you're using healthy is expensive. Healthy is
It's
not as
not like,
expensive
nope.
as
No.
people think. No. You go and you buy 10 TV dinners and you give one to each member of your family. And it might have cost you maybe
Oh,
$15.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
already you have rice, already you have
Yep.
potato, already you have pasta, already you have meat, already you have stuff in there. My friend Alice, she makes a tuna casserole,
Mm-hmm.
and it's always nice. So I said, Alice, have you ever made a chicken casserole using chicken instead of tuna? She said, no. I said, we take the same recipe,
Yeah.
just add chicken.
Yeah.
And she said it was so delicious.
Yeah.
But then when
Oh,
you
yeah.
make casseroles, you do not have to eat it the same day.
No.
So if you
Nope.
make a tuna casserole with rice, or you make a tuna casserole with pasta, you can freeze it, cut it in squares and freeze it in smaller freezer bags. And
Oh, yeah,
sometimes
yeah.
you freeze
Yeah.
them in bags, so you can lay the bags one on top of the other. So one bag, the bump is here. The next bag, you put the bump over here. And you keep going, alternating how you stack it in the freezer.
It's nice and
Yeah.
neat.
And you can do that you can make spaghetti sauce.
Yep.
And you don't have to freeze it. You can freeze it if you have a freezer with shelves on the side. You can freeze it in the same bottle that you got the beginning of your spaghetti sauce if you use prepared tomatoes.
Mm-hmm.
That same bottle, you can store your pre-made spaghetti sauce in those bottles and line them on the side of the freezer.
Mm-hmm.
So there's
Mm-hmm.
so much you can do with that.
Yeah, you can reuse it, right?
You
Yeah,
can
at the
reuse
bottom.
your
Yeah.
jars, reuse
Yeah.
those
Some
jars,
people,
and they're
yeah.
closed, they snap tight. So
Yeah.
there is a lot
Yeah.
that you can do if you
Yes.
want to live
Oh
good.
my gosh.
So
All
guys,
right.
let's see who is still there so because I couldn't see. Oh, Nancy, Angie, Ezra, Don, Ryan, Trest, and me. Oh, I'm there
Yeah.
too.
Tessa. Okay, so thank you, Tessa. Thank you so much for sharing amazing insight,
So
right? And then
did we talk about everything we discussed,
no,
or did
not
I miss some?
really 80%, but it's a big topic too, so we can talk about it again too.
Yeah,
Right?
another time. That 20% we miss, make sure we put it for next time.
20% juicy part too, but
Oh, is
it's
it?
very,
Can I hear what it was? Tell me about it.
I'm
Bring
not
it.
gonna tell, like that'll be next one. See, I
But you
wanna, my
said it
friends
was
still looking
juicy,
forward to
so
it.
I want to
Yes.
know what
Oh
was
no.
the juicy.
No, I gotta go. I mean it. I gotta go,
No,
Tessa.
you have to. I'm
So
teasing you.
yes, I have to run. But thank you so much for watching the Self-Care Sunday show. And then after this after I upload this on the Instagram and then Tessa's YouTube, please share this episode and put in a comment and give us an idea for what do you want us to talk about the Self-Care
Yeah,
Sunday show.
Angelina told us movement and
Movement
is
yes.
important.
Thank you so much.
So thank you,
Yes,
everybody.
amazing.
Thanks for coming.
Yes. All
Bye.
right. Have a wonderful Sunday self-care day. Bye.